Okay, so this is the last chapter for the biochemistry tutorial class. Okay, so ito yung topic na malalaman natin kung paano tayo magkakaroon ng energy from things we eat, no? Such as proteins, carbohydrates, fats, no? How are they converted to energy? Malalaman natin yon. However, katulad ng sinasabi ko sa inyo before, this is just an overview of the uh, deep discussion dito. Okay, so overview lang gagawin natin. Okay, so masyadong malalim pa kasi ito, kaya ibabaw lang yung scratch natin. Okay, so let's talk about the last topic, which is about energetics or introduction to metabolism. Okay, when you say metabolism, ang typical na pumapasok sa isip natin is yung kumakain tayo, tapos nagiging energy siya. Okay. But in reality, when we say metabolism, ito yung lahat ng chemical reactions that allows a living organism to exist, no? So, ibig sabihin, hindi lang siya about breaking down foods. Okay? It is also has something to do with producing foods, no? Kasi pag animals, bine-break down natin yung food, di ba? But for plants, they produce the food, no? Okay, so dalawa yung uri ng metabolism na nangyayari. Okay, so again, yung perspective natin as humans, no, is that pag metabolism, nabe-breakdown yung food. But that's not always the case, no? Kasi kung halaman ka, you are going to create the food. That's your type of metabolism. Okay? So, yun yung lahat ng chemical reactions that allows living organisms to continue its function dito sa Earth, no? So there are two types of metabolism, no? One is breaking down the food, the other is building up the food, no? Okay. So catabolism refers to the breakdown of large molecules into much smaller molecules, and usually this is an oxidative process. Okay. So ibig sabihin ng oxidative process, um, this is very energetic. Okay? So, pinuputol-putol niya yung mga bonds, and as they cut the bonds, no, as they oxidize the atoms, naglalabas siya ng energy. Okay? Yun yung nangyayari sa atin. When we eat food, no, you know that is composed of carbohydrates, fats, proteins, no. When we eat it, no, ginagawa ng ating katawan, there are special enzymes that break them down. Okay? Pinuputol-putol nila. And with that, we produce energy. Okay? One of good visible ano visible na kalimutan ko yung term. So isa sa mga magagandang example na nangyayari tong catabolism sa atin is our body temperature, no. Kasi babase mo 37 degrees tayo, no. Paano kaya nangyayari yon? Dahil yon sa breaking down ng molecule sa katawan natin. Naglalabas sila ng energy. Okay? As they produce energy, umiinit yung katawan natin. Okay? So, yan. So, another type of metabolism is the anabolism. So, ito yung common sa mga plants, no? In anabolism, this is a reductive process, no? Wherein yung mga short molecules, as they reduce it, dumadami yung bonds, no? So, pag dumadami yung bonds, literally, what we're trying to say is, lumalaki yung molecule, okay? So, example nito would be the photosynthesis of plants, no? So, ginagawa ng plants from CO2, they convert it to glucose. Ang tao naman, that's glycolysis, no? Or catabolism, no? From glucose, we break down into much smaller molecules, and then later on, we will produce carbon dioxide, no? During the process. Okay? So, yun. Ang binibigay natin na byproducts, kinukuha ng halaman. Yung binibigay nilang byproducts, kinukuha natin. Okay? So, there is a balance, no? As living things and ano and ano mga halaman. Okay? So, living things din naman sila. Okay? So, that's metabolism. That is every chemical reactions, not only breaking down, but also building up bigger molecules. Okay? So typically, in doing metabolism, may mga coenzymes tayong necessary so that um, mag-continue yung ating mga chemical reactions, no? So remember, coenzymes are attachments sa ating enzyme, no? So parang they help to activate the function of the enzyme, okay? So some of the coenzymes necessary in metabolism for us, no, we are referring to catabolism. Ang mga kailangan natin dito is the nicodinamine adenine dinucleotide or NAD. We also need flavin adenine dinucleotide and the coenzyme A, you know. So itong mga coenzyme na to, ito ay makukuha natin from vitamins, okay? So from vitamin B, na ayan. So sila yung mga common source of these coenzymes. No? So that's why we have to have very healthy food, no? Kapag kumakain tayo para yung ating metabolism ay ensured na efficient. Okay. So yun nga, bumalik lang yung slide ko. So usually sa sabi ko kanina, 'di ba? Kapag catabolism, breaking down of molecules, this is an oxidation process, no? And kapag kapag anabolism, that is a reduction process, no? So ibig sabihin, kapag may oxidation and reduction reaction tayo, meron tayong mga oxidized substances and may reduced substances tayo. Okay? So suppose we have this examples here. We have pyruvate reacting with NADH in the presence of acid catalyst. It will produce lactate and NAD plus. Suppose you are asked, no, sino sa kanila ang oxidized, sino sa kanila ang reduced, no? One way to answer that is to look at their molecular structures. Okay? So si pyruvate, ang kanyang molecular structure looks like this. So let me copy the structure of pyruvate. Okay? And then yung lactate, it looks like this. So wait lang, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. So this is the structure of pyruvate on the left and the lactate structure is written on the right. No? So based on the structure, we can actually infer kung sino sa kanila yung na-oxidize and sino sa kanila yung na-reduce. No? Basically, ang idea sa OrgChem is that kapag maraming pi electron sa carbon, ibig sabihin siya ay oxidized. Okay? So oxidizing process yun. Okay? So ibig sabihin, ano mangyayari? Kapag yung double bonds ng carbon nawala, yun ay reduction. Okay? So, ganun. So, kapag dumadami yung double bonds kay carbon, siya ay oxidation. Kapag nababawasan yung double bonds, nagiging single bonds na lang, that is reduction. So, let's look at the structure. They are actually very similar. The only difference is, yung etong group na to, etong double bond O na to, naging OH siya. So, sabi ko nga sa inyo, ang pinaka-trick sa OrgChem is that kapag nababawasan yung pi electrons kay carbon, meaning nababawasan yung bonds na nagiging single bond na lang siya, that is reduction. Okay? So that means the conversion of pyruvate to lactate is a reduction reaction wherein pyruvate is reduced, okay? And ang na-oxidize ay yung NADH. Okay? So yan. So since pyruvate is reduced, we call this the oxidizing agent. And since NADH is oxidized, this is the reducing agent. Necessary dito yung yung knowledge nyo ng Leora-Geroa nung Gen Chem nyo. Okay? So if di kayo familiar sa Leora-Geroa, losing electron oxidation, kung sino nag-undergo ng oxidation, siya yung reducing agent. Gaining electron reduction, kung sino yung nag-undergo ng reduction, siya yung tinatawag na oxidizing agent. Okay? So this process is reduction process. No? From pyruvate to lactate, wala tayong tawag sa products. No? Yung reactants lang yung either reducing or oxidizing agents. By the way, yung H plus natin is just a catalyst. Okay, so that's just a catalyst for the reaction to happen. So now, try naman natin tong malate. Again, ang concept natin dito is that we will just look at the structure, then we will try to know whether siya ay oxidizing or reducing agent. Okay, so let's have the malate. Let me just copy the structure of malate. So we have 4 carbons. And the oxaloacetate looks like this. Okay. By the way, walang H. So they are all in ionic form. Okay, so we have this malate reacting with NAD+, the cation form of nicotiniamine, adenine, and nicotid. Nakakabulol. So that's nicotinamine adenine dinucleotide. Okay. So yan. So ano nangyari dito? So look at the structure na lang. Tignan mo. Yung malate, yung carbon na to, single bond yan. So ibig sabihin, this is the reduced form of the carbon. However, pagdating dito, nagka-double bond na. So ibig sabihin, this is an oxidation reaction. Okay? So the malate is the species oxidized kasi pagdating sa product side, naging ano na siya, naging double bond O na. Okay? So since malate is the oxidized species, we will call that the reducing agent. And yung NAD, ito yung ating reduced species, and we will call this the oxidizing agent. Okay? So, ganun. Okay? So, yan. So, itong mga metabolic processes na to, ito yung mga common na nangyayari sa ating mga biological processes in the body. No? And yung catabolism for animal cells can be described by this diagram. Okay? So basically, kukuha tayo ng mga raw materials from the proteins we eat, from the fats we eat, and from the sugars we eat, no? The carbohydrates we eat. So lahat yan, dadaan yan ng processes in order for us to get the energy of the cell, which is the adenosine triphosphate. No? So medyo mahaba itong process na to, kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, ang gagawin natin is overview lang. Okay? But our main focus will be on this glucose, no? Kasi ito yung last discussion natin. Okay. So yung ating sugars, no? Mga carbohydrates natin, after they are broken down to simpler units such as glucose, no? They will undergo process called glycolysis, no? Wherein they will be converted into pyruvate. Okay. However, yung ating mga fats and yung ating mga proteins, hindi na sila dumadaan sa glycolysis, no? Okay, kasi kapag glycolysis, specific siya for the sugar only. But for the others, they will just undergo redox reaction in order for them to be converted to acetyl coenzyme A. And once we have acetyl coenzyme A, this will be used in the citric acid cycle or the Krebs cycle, wherein there will be series of reaction, redox reaction lahat yan. Na paikot-ikot yan. Okay, so continuous cycle yan. And ang important na products natin dito sa CTA ay yung ito, the NADH and the FADH2. Okay. So these two byproducts of the citric acid cycle, which is very important, will be used in the oxidative phosphorylation or the electron transport chain. Okay. So in the electron transport chain, magpo-produce tayo ng ATP. Okay. So that's the general overview. Again, kapag carbohydrates, mag-undergo pa siya ng glycolysis. But for proteins and fats, di na kailangan. Okay. Magre-redox na lang sila to be converted into acetyl coenzyme A. Okay, so let's start with the carbohydrate metabolism. So sabi ko nga sa inyo, first step dito is the glycolysis. Okay. So saan nangyayari yung glycolysis, no? So ang glycolysis, this happens in the cytosol of the cell, no? So cell membrane sa sa outside ng mga ano natin, ng mga Okay. So ang ating glycolysis, they occur at the cell membrane. Okay. So sa cell membrane siya nangyayari, and all the enzymes that are using glycolysis ay andon lahat, no? So kumbaga, ang gagawin na lang ng glucose is papasok na lang siya ng cell, either through active or passive transport. Then pagkapasok ng cell, doon na siya kukuyugin ng ating mga enzymes, no? Automatic yan. And then, after several processes, actually 10 steps to. So after 10 steps, we will now get the pyruvate we need for the Krebs cycle. Okay? Okay. So actually, na-discover nila yung glycolysis, no? Especially si Edward Buchner. Okay. So na-discover niya ito in 1897 when he fermented food products, no? So pag food products fermentation, no? So from sugar maging alcohols, no? So during the process of conversion of sugar to alcohol, dadaan siya ng glycolysis, no? So yan. And also in the muscle cells, no? Sa ating mga muscles, the reason why we cramp sometimes is that nagpo-produce tayo minsan ng alcohol, no? Okay. Or I mean ng carboxylic acids, no? After the glycolysis, no? Nagpo-produce tayong carboxylic acids which causes the contraction of the muscles. Kaya tayo nagkaka-cramps. Okay? Later, pagkwento ko yan. Okay. So, let's start with the glycolysis. Ito yung pinaka overall idea lang dito. Again, sabi ko sa inyo, dadaanan lang natin to very quickly. Okay? So, dalawang parts yung glycolysis na. So, first one, we have the preparatory stage. Okay? So, wherein yung ating glucose, we will convert that into something that will resemble our final product. Okay? So, preparatory phase yan. Ipe-prepare mo muna yung iyong glucose, you convert that via series of redox reaction para siya ay maging kahalintulad na ng ating desired product. Okay? And then after nun, pag siya ay kahalintulad na ng ating desired product, i-convert na siya, puputol-putulin na yan to form the final product, which is the pyruvate. Okay? So again, 10 steps to. Okay? So, yan. Let's start. So the first process here is that we need to phosphorylate the glucose so that magkakaroon siya ng reactive sites. Okay? So we have the glucose here. And so this is alpha glucose. Mangyayari, pagdating ng cell dyan, it will react with ATP. So magkakaroon ng phosphorylation. So again, recall yung phosphorylation. That's the process wherein phosphates group will be attached to your desired molecule. Okay? So mangyayari, the ATP will give us the phosphate group needed for the glucose to be phosphorylized. Okay? So mangyayari, yung phosphorylation process will happen at the 6th carbon. Okay? And the catalyst here is the magnesium 2+, and the enzyme necessary to carry out this reaction is the hexokinase. Okay, so yan yung first process, yung ating glucose, lalagyan mo ng phosphate, no? So once we have the glucose 6-phosphate or G6P, this needs to be isomerized, okay? So meaning na isomerized, babaguhin natin yung connections, okay? So ang isomerization ng G6P into F6P or the fructose 6-phosphate is the phosphohexose isomerase, okay? So from 6-membered ring, gagawin niya lang siyang 5-membered ring, okay? So by transferring some of the parts of the molecule, okay? So basically, babaguhin niya lang yung glycosidic linkage dito. Then, ito yung mechanism ng isomerization from G6P into F6P. So next one, after we have the X6P, magpo-phosphorylate ulit siya. Okay. So, di ba, papansin mo sa F6P, the fructose 6-phosphate, yung isang end lang yung may phosphate. Ngayon, gagawin natin dalawa so that there will be more reactive sites. Okay? So the enzyme necessary for this one is the fructokinase 1. Okay? And it also requires ATP. Kailangan ng energy during this process. So once we now have the F16 BP or the fructose 1,6 bisphosphate, no? Yan yung kanyang pangalan, meaning ng bis ay dalawa. Okay. So once we have the F16P, ang gagawin na natin is that we will cut the molecule. Okay? Ipuputulin mo na yung molecule in the middle. Okay? So when you cut the molecule in the middle, you will produce the dihydroxyacetone phosphate and the G3P or the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Okay? And so literally, ika-cut mo yung molecule mo in half. No? Okay? So you will have the DHP and the G3P. Okay? So the enzyme necessary here is the aldolase. No? So this is the mechanism of conversion of F16BP into DHP and yung isa pa, the G3. So ngayon, ang gusto kasi natin ay G3P, no? Because the G3P will actually resemble our final product, not the DHP, no? So meron na tayong isang G3P, no? Tapos, meron pa tayong DHP, dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Gagawin mo, you will isomerize it again to be converted into G3P. Okay? So, gagawin mo, from two different products, yung isa, i-manipulate mo para maging the same siya with the other. Bakit kailangan i-convert? Kasi, sabi natin, the G3P will resemble our final product. Siya yung kahalintulad ng final product natin, kaya we have to do that. Okay? Tsaka kasi imagine nyo kung ito, diniscard na lang ng cell natin, lugi, no? Sayang yung energy. Okay? So, ima-maximize niya talaga yung resources in order to maximize the production of energy. So, the enzyme necessary to convert this ketone into an aldehyde is the triose phosphate isomerase. Okay? So, again, yung na-produce nating DHP and G3P, ang gusto natin ay G3P. So, ang DHP ay i-convert into G3P. So, basically, dalawa na yung G3P natin. Okay? So, once now we have the, G3P, then dito na tayo sa energy production step. No? Kanina, preparation stage. So, after nun, diretso na tayo sa pag-harvest ng energy. Okay? So, the first process sa harvesting ng energy from our reactants is the oxidation of the G3P into 1,3-BPG or the 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. No? So, mangyari lang dyan, another phosphorylation uli yan. Okay? So, yung phosphate mo from your cell, no, ito transfer yan into this aldehyde group. Okay? So, ano yung purpose? Para mas lalo maging reactive yung ating molecule. Okay? So, yan. So, once it has two phosphate groups, then magkakaroon na tayo ng phosphorylation process na. Transfer na. Okay? So, yan. So, ito na yung energy harvesting process. Okay? So, in the energy harvesting process, gagawin mo na yung ATP mo. Okay? So, yan. So, we have the 1,3-BPG. Okay? You will react it with the ADP or adenosine diphosphate. Remember, nung kanina, nag-react tayo ng ATP to ADP. Ngayon, ang gagawin natin, yung ADP, i-convert uli natin to ATP. Okay? So, babalik lang natin uli yung ATP na ginamit natin kanina. Kaya nga sabi natin, energy harvesting to. Okay? So, yan. So, mangyari, this phosphate group will be transferred again to the ADP, producing the ATP. So, ito yung first na energy na nakuha natin sa process na to. So, 7th step pa lang tayo magkakaroon ng energy production. So, mangyayari, when your 1,3-BPG ay nag-transfer ng phosphate into the ATP, ADP para maging ATP, magiging ano na siya, 3-phosphoglycerate, no? So, again, so yung ating 3-phosphoglycerate, it has to be converted into something that will resemble our final product, which is the pyruvate. So, i-isomerize na naman yan. Okay, i-convert na naman siya. So, ang gagamitin nating enzyme here is the phosphoglycerate mutase. Okay. So basically, what we're going to do here is that you are going to transfer the phosphate group from the last carbon into the second carbon na. Magta-transfer lang. Then, ito yung mechanism natin. Okay. And then after nun, you have your 2-phosphoglycerate. Mangyari is the dehydration. So when we have a dehydration process, remember, mawawala yung water, magkakaroon tayo ng double bond here, producing the phosphoenol pyruvate. Okay? And so, nandyan na yung, malapit na tayo sa final product natin because we have the pyruvate structure na here. So, the last step na lang is the transfer of the phosphate from the phosphoenol pyruvate, okay, to ADP. Okay? So, ito transfer mo ulit yung phosphate mo to your ADP, producing the ATP, which is the energy, plus the final product, which is the pyruvate. Okay? So, ang dami nangyari na. So, again, para mas makita natin yung mga overall na nangyari, let's use this image as. So, again, what will happen is that basically, ang gagawin mo sa preparatory stage, you're going to convert your sugar into something that will resemble the final product, no? Okay, which is the pyruvate, no? So, ibig sabihin yan, convert na. And during those conversion processes, no, ang mangyayari is that gagamit ka muna ng energy. Okay? So, parang mag-i-invest ka muna ng capital. So, once you were able to convert your glucose into G3P, no? Yung G3P na yun ang gagamitin mo sa payoff phase, no? Okay? Dito na mag-harvest ka ng energy. Take note that sa preparatory phase, we required 2 adenosine triphosphates, no? So, ibig sabihin, gumamit tayo. So, negative yung ATP natin. Okay? But remember, glycolysis, may energy produced dito. Saan manggagaling yan? Dito. Sa payoff phase, no? So, gumamit ka muna ng 2 ATP and then pagdating sa payoff phase, ilang ATP kaya mapoproduce? Okay. So, ganito. Take note na dalawa yung G3P natin, di ba? Okay. Ang ginawa natin yung isang DHP kanina, kinonvert natin again into G3P. Okay. So, dalawa yung G3P natin. So, ibig sabihin, the number of ATP produced here ay times 2. Okay. So, times 2 yung ating ATP dito sa phosphoryl transfer from 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate to 3-phosphoglycerate. No? So we have 2 ATP dito. Kasi nga, dalawa yung ating G3P kanina. And then, sa last process, no, from the phosphoenol pyruvate to pyruvate, dalawang ATP din yung ginamit natin. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nun, overall, yung ating preparatory stage, gumamit ng 2 ATP. Pero yung ating payoff phase ay nag-produce ng 4 ATP. So kung isusuma total mo yan, may 2 ATP tayo na mapoproduce. No? Yan yung net na energy produced sa ating glycolysis. No? So hindi ka pa rin lugi, no? Kasi tumubo ka ng dalawa. Okay. So again, bakit naging times 2? Kasi nga, yung ating DHP kanina, kinonvert natin to G3P. Okay? Kaya times 2 yung products natin dito. Okay? So we will produce 2 ATP and our glucose has been converted now into 2 pyruvates. Okay? So dalawang pyruvate yung mapoproduce natin. Okay? So, ito yung mga, ito yung overall equation natin. So, we will have glucose reacting with NAD+, and 2 moles of adenosine diphosphate and 2 inorganic phosphate. It will produce 2 pyruvates, 2 NADH, 2H+, ATP na dalawa din, and water na dalawa. Okay. So, kinancel na dito yung ano, di ba kailangan na ito ng dalawang ATP? Kinancel na siya. So, dapat 4 na ATP mag-produce sa payoff phase, 2 sa preparatory stage. So, ang net ay 2 ATP. Okay? So, yan. So, ito yung mga types of reaction. So, pag sinabi natin phosphoryl transfer, basically, magto-transfer ka ng phosphate. Phosphoryl ship, yun yung ililipat mo yung phosphate group mo. Okay? Isomerization is the conversion from one functional group to the other. Dehydration, removal lang yan ng water. And then, the aldol cleavage is yung pagkaputol ng ating F16BP. Okay? So, yan yung mga reactions na nangyari. So, please take note of them. Okay. So, pagdating sa glycolysis, this is regulated. Ibig sabihin, may steps yung ating body to actually stop this from happening. Okay. Kunwari, busog na busog ka na, sabihin ng katawan mo na, stop ka muna sa glycolysis. Okay. Kasi, anong nangyari, di ba, kapag hindi mag-stop glycolysis natin, super daming energy natin. No? So, may methods yung ating body in order to regulate this process. No? Okay. So, yung regulation ng glycolysis happens in 3 different steps. No? Okay. So, pwede niya i-regulate yung first step, which uses the hexokinase. Okay. And then, we can also regulate the step wherein phosphofructokinase 1 ay gagamitin. Okay. And yung last one, yung pyruvate kinase, no? Sa last enzyme, pwede mo rin siya i-inhibit doon. Okay. So, ito yung mga 3 crucial points no, kung saan pwede mo pahintuin yung reaction. Again, bakit kailangan pahintuin yung reaction? Dahil sometimes hindi naman kailangan mag-glycolysis, especially pag busog ka or marami kang energy. Okay? So again, asan yung mga steps na regulated? No? Ibig sabihin yung pwede mo ihinto. No? So, ito yan. So, this step, pwede yung regulation dyan. Okay? This step number 3, pwede mo i-regulate yan to stop that from happening. And then, yung last step ay ito. Okay? So, we have 3 points wherein pwede natin putulin yung chain. So, pag pinutol mo yung reaction, hindi magko-continue ang glycolysis. Okay? So, ano mangyayari, no? Kapag hindi natuloy ang glycolysis, no? So, what will happen is that your body will convert the sugars into glycoconjugates, no? So, magiging siya? Glycogen, no? Magiging bilbil siya. Okay? So, yan. So, ibig sabihin, pag kain ng kain marami, hindi lahat yung gagamitin ng ating katawan, no? So, i-store niya yan. Okay? Gagamitin na lang niya uli yon pag gutom ka na. Okay? So, yan yung nangyayari. Okay, so now let's talk about the product of glycolysis, which is the pyruvate. No? So yung pyruvate natin, marami siyang pwede pagdaanan. Okay? So marami siyang pwede pagdaanan. Okay? So depending on the condition sa inyong reacting species, ang ating pyruvate could be converted into alcohol. Pwede rin siya ma-convert into lactate. Okay? So that is a carboxylic acid. And pwede naman siya mag-continue papunta sa Krebs cycle. So, 3 yung pwede mangyari sa pyruvate natin. Pwede siya maging alcohol, pwede siya maging lactate or carboxylic acid, or pwede naman siya mag-continue to Krebs cycle. Okay? Kailan mangyayari yung mga yan? Okay? So, punta tayo sa alcohol fermentation. Okay? So, ginagawa niya sa alcohol fermentation is that, di ba, meron kang sugar, no? And then, i-react mo yun with the yeast. No? Actually, what's happening there is that the yeast degrades your sugars into pyruvate. No? So, nag-glycolysis sila. Okay? So, nag-glycolysis yung yeast, so magpo-produce ng pyruvate. No? But, ang conversion from pyruvate to ethanol will only happen if you have an anaerobic condition. Okay? Hypoxic or anaerobic condition. Okay? So, ibig sabihin nun, walang oxygen. Kaya kapag gumagawa ng alak, no, especially yung mga lambanog, ang ginagawa dun is tinatakpan yon. So they ensure that oxygen will not be present there. Okay? So that the pyruvate will be converted into ethanol. Okay? So ang kaya lang nito gumawa is yung yeast. No? So hindi natin to kaya gawin sa ating katawan. So kasi kung kaya natin gawin to, lasing na tayo parate. So hindi ka na makaka-produce ng maraming energy. Lasing ka na lang always. No? So yan. So hindi tayo dinesign ni Lord na magkaroon nitong process na to. So this will only happen if you have yeast. No? Okay. So yan. So yeast lang yung gumagawa niyan. Ano yung ginagawa ng tao? Itong dalawa. Either this one or that one. Okay. So bago tayo pumunta dito, punta muna tayo dito sa nasa right side. Yung pyruvate natin, pwede rin yan mag-undergo ng anaerobic reactions, ibig sabihin walang oxygen uli, to produce the carboxylic acid lactate. No? Okay. Nangyayari ba yun sa atin? Yes. No? Paano? Remember, during exercise, no, minsan, sumasakit yung katawan natin, no? Biglang nagkakaroon tayo ng muscle cramps, no? The reason why we have muscle cramps is that nagkakaroon kasi ng anaerobic condition yung katawan natin. So, yung mga pyruvates na napoproduce ng ating body ay na-convert into lactate. Okay? So, wala kang enzyme na panggawa ng alcohol eh. So, ito yung mangyayari, no? Kapag kulang ka sa oxygen. 'Di ba pag nag-exercise tayo, 'di ba? Parang hingal na hingal tayo parati kasi we are catching up oxygens, no? Kasi sinasabi ng katawan mo na kailangan niya ng oxygen para mag-produce ng energy. Pero kung hindi ma-keep up yung ating katawan sa demand ng oxygen, ang mangyayari, some of the pyruvates will be converted to lactate. Ano yung result niyan? Itong lactate na to, when it comes into touch with our muscle cells, no, nagko-contract siya. So, dun mo makikita yung yung namimilipit sa sakit na muscles natin. Okay? So, yun na yung cramps, no. For example, ako parati kapag nagsuswimming ako, nagka-cramps ako, no. Bakit? Kasi when we are doing swimming, no, pag ako nagsuswimming, syempre, limited yung breath natin, no. Siyempre, nasa tubig ka, hindi ka naman pwede huminga doon, no? Wala ka namang hasang, no. So, mangyayari, limited yung oxygen sa katawan mo, and as a result, no, some of the pyruvate will be converted to lactate, no. Kaya magkaka-cramps ka. Okay? That always happens to me, no. Ano yung pwede gawin daw to prevent that from happening, yung cramps? Sabi nila, you just eat food na maraming potassium, okay? Kaya maraming vitamins, no. So, yan. Kain ka ng saging, no? Nakakatulong daw yan to prevent that from happening. Okay? And also, kung pwede naman huminga ka na. No? Hindi mo kailangan parati pagurin sarili mo. No? Hindi ka naman always nasa karera. Kaya, you make sure you breathe very well, no? Para hindi ka magka-muscle cramps. No? So, if ever magka-muscle cramps ka, so gawin mo na lang is you just relax your body and try to breathe hard, no? Hinga ka malalim para yung oxygen ay pumasok talaga sa body mo to revert the process. Okay? So, yan. And of course, ito sa yeast, ito sa tao kapag walang hangin. Pero pag may hangin, ito yung nangyayari. Yung conversion of pyruvate into acetyl coenzyme A, which will be necessary in the Krebs cycle, the second step in the catabolism. So how is pyruvate converted into acetyl coenzyme A? So ang acetyl coenzyme A ay precursor for the Krebs cycle, no? And the conversion is done with the help of coenzyme A, SH, no? So thiol form ng coenzyme A. And then we have the NAD+, no? So magkakaroon dito ng redox reaction producing the acetyl coenzyme A and the carbon dioxide. No? So basically magkakaroon ng transfer, no? So yung coenzyme A from here, mapupunta siya dito. Ayan. So ganun mangyayari. So that's a redox reaction. And during the process, CO2 ang napoproduce. That's why we exhale carbon dioxide. No? Ito yung mga steps na yon. Bakit tayo nag-exhale ng carbon dioxide. Okay. So take note that pyruvate is converted here, no, to acetyl coenzyme A. With the help of coenzyme ASH, okay, thiol form of coenzyme A, and the NAD+. So, since we now have the acetyl coenzyme A, no, dediretso na tayo sa Krebs cycle. Or the citric acid cycle, or tawag din dito is the TCA or tricarboxylic acid cycle. So, saan nangyayari ang Krebs cycle? Okay. So, ang alam natin is that yung glycolysis, it happens in the cytoplasm. No? Sa labas siya ng mga organelles nangyayari. Okay? However, ang ating Krebs cycle, it starts to happen inside the lining of the mitochondria. Okay? So, kapag eukaryotes sa mitochondria, pag prokaryotes, edi cytoplasm pa rin. Okay? So, but our focus now will be the eukaryotes. Okay? So, mangyari yung ating glucose sa cytoplasm, magiging pyruvate siya, then papasok yung pyruvate sa mitochondria. Okay? Sa inner lining pa lang ng mitochondria. Okay? So, yan. And this is how it looks like. Okay? Ang daming nangyayari. So, yan. So, di na natin masyado to isa-isahin. No? But we will take a look at some essential reactions dito sa Krebs cycle. Okay? So, ito yung nangyayari sa Krebs cycle. Cycle yan kasi paikot-ikot lang yan. Okay? So, mare-replenish yung ating reactants. Okay. So, now, ano nangyari sa Krebs cycle? Mabilisan lang to. Marami pa actually na kailangan ikwento dito. But again, overview lang kunin natin. So, once our pyruvate is converted to acetyl coenzyme A, ang mangyari is that it will be converted into citrate, no? Okay. Citrate, parang citric acid, no? Okay. Na walang H. Okay. So, yan, mangyari, this will be converted into the citrate, okay, removing the coenzyme A. Okay. So, andito na tayo sa loob ng mitochondria niyan. So, once you have the citrate, kakaroon tayo ng dehydration process wherein, kagaya nga na sinabi ko, pag dehydration, we will have double bond, no? Okay. So, we will produce the cis aconitase, no? Okay. So, once we have the cis aconitase, no, it will be hydrated again to produce the isocitrate, no? So, basically, itong first 3 steps na to, ang ginawa niya lang is from citrate, i-convert niya into isocitrate. No? So, ginawa niya, elimination reaction followed by addition reaction. Okay? Galing na. Kaya nila gawin yan. So, once you have the isocitrate, no, it will be converted into alpha-ketoglutarate. Okay? So, after producing alpha-ketoglutarate, no, mag-undergo yan ng another reaction producing carbon dioxide and NADH. No? It will give us the succinyl coenzyme A, and then this process will be converted into succinate. No? Okay. By the way, the energy currency that is used here is the GDP, or the GTP. Okay. So similar to with adenine adenine dinucleotide. Okay. So, ang process dito is from succinyl coenzyme A, it will be converted to succinate. So, ang energy currency na kailangan natin dito is not ATP or ADP. Ang kailangan natin is the GDP or GTP then. So, ang pinagkaiba lang nila is that yung ATP, adenine, no? Ang GTP or GDP, ang gamit dyan ay guanosine. Okay. So now we have the succinate, no? Mangyari sa succinate natin will be dehydrogenated. So ibig sabihin kakaroon na naman tayo ng double bond, no? Ibig sabihin pag nagkaroon ng double bond, there will be another succeeding addition reaction. So we will have the fumarate, and then yun nga, magkakaroon tayo ng addition reaction, hydration to produce the malate. Okay? And then after we have the malate, this will be converted to oxaloacetate. And then the reaction will occur again. So, ikot-ikot lang siya. Okay? So, ano yung mga key ideas dito sa Krebs cycle? So, basically, nagkakaroon lang ng elimination, addition, reaction so that nagkakapalit-palit yung ating mga OHs. No? Okay. And during that process, no, nagpo-produce tayo ng NADH. No? And also take note that this step, no, at this step 6, we produce the FADH2. Okay. So, itong dalawang to, ito yung gagamitin natin for the last step, which is the oxidative phosphorylation. So ito yung mga key steps wherein you produce NADH and the FADH. Now, again, take note that those two are necessary for the oxidative phosphorylation. So this is the overall reaction. No need to memorize. Just yung yung pinaka gusto lang natin na concept. Okay. So take note that CTA uses CTA produces NADH na tatlo and isang FADH2. And during the process then, magpo-produce tayo ng energy, no, in the form of GTP. Okay, so last step is the oxidative phosphorylation. This will happen in the linings, in the inner part of the mitochondria. Okay, so yan. So, ang nangyari sa oxidative phosphorylation is that we are going to convert the oxygen we breathe into water, and during those process, magpo-produce tayo ng energy. Okay? So, ito yung nangyayari sa sa oxidative phosphorylation. Apat na steps to, no? So, you have this complex 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, dito sa mga complexes na to, dito nagkakaroon ng pasapasahan ng electrons. Okay? So, take note that yung NADH and yung FADH2 ay gagamitin in order to produce the ATP. No? So, maraming steps pa to for each complexes ay may mechanisms din. However, di na natin siya gagawin kasi that's too much complicated for an introductory course. No? So, ang idea lang this for OXPHOS, no, for the oxidative phosphorylation is that the NADH and the FADH2 produced in the Krebs cycle will be later on converted to adenosine triphosphate. No? Okay, so yeah. So in summary, so tatlo yung ating catabolytic processes sa katawan, no? Especially if you're a eukaryote. No? So we have the glycolysis, the pyruvate, conversion to FADH2 and NADH2, also called the citric acid cycle. And then lastly, we have the oxidative phosphorylation. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so ito yung overall sum ng ating ATP na mapuproduce during all the process. No? So, we can produce 30 to 32 energies. Okay, so yan. So yan, so dyan tayo nakakuha ng energy. No? So ano yung mga major takeaways natin for our session today and the last session for the entire semester? Una is that we need oxygen, no? Kailangan natin huminga so that yung ating mga pyruvates, they will not be converted into lactate, no? Which will cause muscle cramps, no? If you want to convert the pyruvate into alcohols, no, you need to use an enzyme. You need to use a yeast, no? Okay, so sila yung may alcohol dehydrogenase that converts the pyruvate into alcohols na. Okay? However, kung gusto mo ng energy, huminga ka. No? So, yan. Kailangan natin always huminga. And then, during the process of catabolism, sa metabolism natin, no, we produce carbon dioxide. No? Okay. So, yan. And take note that yung carbon dioxide na yan that is actually being transferred to and out of the cell, no, by hemoglobin, which is a protein. Okay? So mapapansin nyo, sa biochemistry, they are all interrelated, no? And generally, the mechanisms here ay familiar, no? So basically, yung ginagawa lang ng ating katawan is that magkakaroon ng elimination reaction, nucleophilic attack, no? And addition reaction, no? So lahat ng yon ay nangyayari all at once, no? Which makes life very unique, no? So, ang galing, no? So, imagine mo, kaya gawin ng mga molecules natin yan, no? So, yeah. So, our takeaway sa buong course na to siguro is to learn how to apply the knowledge sa biochemistry. Okay? Kasi this is the reason why we live, no? Yung mga chemical reactions na na-discuss natin dati sa org, ito yung mga ginagamit natin for us to be able to live, no? Okay? So, ano lang, ang kailangan nandito sa biochem na maalala ninyo is yung mga key uh, scenarios, no? Katulad ng sinabi ko na magkaka-cramps ka, ganito ganyan, kailangan mo kumain ng mga vitamins, no? Okay. So, yun lang. So, hopefully, mga takeaways natin every end of the chapter, no, naalala nyo para once na magturo na kayo, masishare nyo rin siya sa students nyo. Okay? And learning biochemistry is, although marami siya memorization, this is actually very important, no? Kasi by knowing this, alam mo kung ano nangyayari sa katawan mo. Okay? And you can prevent diseases or illnesses, no? When you know what's happening in your body. Okay? Thank you very much for trusting me for 2 semesters already, no? So, Nicart and Rika. So, maraming salamat kasi although I'm not from your institute, no, you chose me as your instructor sa Orgchem and Biochem, no? So, let me know if in what way ako makatulong sa inyo sa next subject nyo, which is analytical chemistry, no? So, I actually have the materials which I can share to you. Just let me know. Okay? So, I wish you all the best, no? And hopefully, yung mga natutunan nyo sa akin for the 2 semesters already ay magamit nyo sa inyong teaching career in the future, no? And hopefully, maging rin kayo, maging science, maging chemistry teachers din kayo in the future, no? Kasi ang daming applications ng chemistry. All you have to do is to learn and share, no? Okay? And also, yan. So, thank you very much, no? By the way, about your final examination, I will no longer be requiring you to do experiment, no? Kasi we are lacking time na, no? So, we are just a week before, we just have about a week, no, to go before the end of the semester. So, ang gagawin nyo for the finals is that, na lang, multiple choice na lang, okay? But take note to take the other assessments, no? Especially yung mga Erin Brockovich, no? So, gawa na kayo ng commentary doon. For this topic, no? For metabolism and carbohydrates, pagsasamahin ko na yung quiz dito. And for the finals, ang coverage is from lipids until this last topic, no? So, thank you very much, and I hope to see you again in the future. Kung di man as students, sana as teachers na rin. Okay? So, thank you and always stay safe. No? Let me know kung paano kayo matulungan in the future. Okay? Basta chemistry, you can ask me. Thank you very much and have a great summer ahead. No? So, thank you and goodbye.